guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought this would be a fun little video to film. I think it will help a lot of you if you are kind of questioning your sexuality, if you've been thinking a little bit more about the opposite sex. These are some tips that might make you think a little bit, okay, maybe I am like into girls or into guys. That's cool, like congrats if you're thinking that way. When I started like adding all these little things together and having like a wow moment, like okay, maybe I am into girls as well. It's funny, like when I look back now and I think, oh, like now I can see it so clearly. Definitely into girls. Okay, let's get straight into the video. Number one, noticing in movies or books, especially movies, paying more attention to the girl. Always falling for the wrong guy. If you're watching a movie and you're constantly looking at the girl, or if like a heated scene comes on and you're looking at the girl, not the guy, that is a major sign that you possibly are into girls. I remember watching movies like Twilight, Hunger Games, Divergent, Black Swan. Oh my god, if you guys have seen Black Swan, you know what I'm talking about. But there is a scene in there and it's Mila Kunis and oh, what's the other one's name? Lee Portman, I think. And there's a full-on like lesbian like scene. I can't even remember. I think I was like 15, maybe even younger. And I went to see this movie with my mum and my grandma. And that was just like, oh my god, it was so embarrassing. I think that was like a big light bulb moment that I'm definitely into girls. Like, I love Mila Kunis. I think she's so pretty. Lee Portman, she's good. She's alright. If you're looking at the woman more, you're paying more attention to them, it's definitely a sign. And if your friends are all like, oh my god, like, look at that hot guy, or if there's two guys in the movie and they're like, which guy do you like, blah, 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 and you're kind of thinking, kind of like the girl. Dude, that is like the first sign. Like an obvious one, having thoughts and dreams of girls. Having dreams of girls and kissing girls and doing whatever, like you know what I mean, then that's a pretty big sign. Like, come on guys. That is a pretty big sign. I remember like I always had dreams of girls or like kissing girls or just thoughts of kissing girls, but I just pushed it to the back of my mind, so I didn't really, you know, think too much of it. But that is definitely a sign, and if it's constantly happening, definitely a sign. Number 3. This is just a personal experience to me, and I know a lot of other people go through this as well. I remember growing up thinking that lesbians or, you know, gay people in general, I kind of didn't agree with it. Now I know that that's just me suppressing my emotions and my feelings to being gay. Like, I didn't want myself to be that, so I kind of like, you know, suppressed my emotions. If you're thinking about being with the same sex and or like you see a same-sex couple and you think it's a bit weird, you don't really like it, like you don't really support, sometimes that is actually a sign. It can definitely be a sign that you yourself might be gay and you're just trying to suppress that emotion, and you know, you might feel a little bit guilty about it, so you kind of pretend in a way to mask that emotion. And you know, I went through that stage, and I think a lot of people do, which it's really interesting. Like, it's a psychological thing. I don't know. If you find yourself, yeah, like thinking that, then girl, you might be gay. Or number 4. This one is like, it's kind of obvious again, but having a crush on a friend. If you have a really close friend and you, I don't know, like you kind of get jealous a little bit that they're hanging out with someone else or giving their attention to someone else, or you have like sleepovers and you have, I don't know, like a different kind of feeling than a friend. And I think you all know what I mean, because back in high school, like I had my friends, right? And then I had this one friend, but I had like this feeling towards her that wasn't like a feeling towards my other friends, if you know what I mean. And I remember like we had sleepovers and stuff, like play with my hair and like just all this like weird, you know, you wouldn't really do it to your friends. Like it was just that kind of feeling. And now that I look back on it, I know I definitely had a crush on her, and I would get jealous like if she got really close with like other girls, or if she was going on a date with a guy or something like that, you know. I think you guys know deep down like what a feeling towards a friend is and a feeling that's more than a friend. Like you can definitely separate those two feelings. So that could be another sign. Number 5, so this one is you start to notice girls more. So if you're just out and about, you just notice that there's all these really pretty girls, good looking girls, and you're not really paying attention to any of the guys. Maybe you're out with your friends and they're all like, oh my god, like check out this guy, or look at this guy, trying to like pick up guys, or they're just admiring guys, and you're kind of like not even noticing that. You're noticing the girls more, and that is a big sign too, guys. I remember going out like with friends and stuff, and I would notice guys, like I'd be like, oh yeah, like he's alright, like he's got good style. But then if I saw a girl, I would notice her more, and I would pay more attention to her, and I'll be looking at like what she's wearing, like thinking like what she's like, you know, like kind of, I would want to talk about them instead of guys, if that makes sense. I definitely think that's a big sign. If you're just noticing women all the time, like everywhere, and you're just not even focusing on any guys, that's definitely a sign. 6, this is, I don't really want to stereotype, this is a personal experience that I had. It's dressing, like I don't want to like I know I'm probably stereotyping, but I'm just gonna say this personally. It's having or exploring more with your style, but in more of a, like, I don't want to stereotype, I feel like I'm stereotyping. You would rather wear guyish clothes over feminine girly clothes. When you're into girls, you explore a little bit more with your style. Like I know that I would dress girly all the time, but I didn't feel 100% confident wearing a dress or wearing a skirt. Like I would rather chuck on some jeans and like wear some Vans and a tee. And I'm not saying every, you know, lesbian is like that, because they're not, every straight girl is a lesbian because of the way that they dress, but it's just like a sign that I've noticed. I feel like every gay person has really good style. So that's something to maybe just like think about and look out for. If, you know, if you have good style, then you're probably into girls. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Very short and sweet. Like I just wanted to pop out some tips. If you are thinking about, you're putting all these things together and they're all like adding up, then you're probably gay and there's nothing wrong with it. It's like the best thing ever. You know, if this relates with you, you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.